In my slow and reluctant transition into ultralight, we got the Vargo Decagon stove. Uses denatured alcohol, and we're probably going to check that out this weekend and try it, but I'm going to test it out first, and I want to see how much water it can actually boil on a single filling. And one thing that I noticed pretty much right off the bat with this is if you're using a much larger pot, when you set it on, you have to be careful because if the water's moving, it's not very stable. Now, supposedly the key to this is you have to fill it all the way full for it to prime properly. Well, it looks like if you fill it all the way to the rim here, that it will leak out of the holes on the side. We let the excess alcohol evaporate, and now our stove is only full down to the inner circle. There it goes. Now it's starting. There it is. So that took 3 minutes 45 seconds, and now you can see it. So now we're going to try to put this pot on, and we'll start our timer. The stove has now been running for 15.5 minutes about, and it still hasn't brought this water to a boil. It's steaming, and it looks like it's close. Let's see how hot it is. It's definitely very hot. That would definitely make your meals and make tea or coffee, but it's not a roaring boil. So it's been just over 14 minutes, and we're still not at a roaring boil. You can see that it's boiling, at a very low level. So it is plenty hot enough to cook your meal, your dehydrated meal, and make your tea or coffee again, just like the 1400 liter, but it's still lacking on a full boil. At 14.5 minutes, it's starting a light boil, as you can see, and that's plenty good enough that's a boil right there. So it took 14.5 minutes for 3 cups, which is more efficient than the other 3-cup pot that I'd used. Okay, it's about 7 minutes 40 seconds, and that is a roaring boil. So at just over 7 minutes, it looks like the boil is beginning, and there it is. So in making lunch and testing the Decagon stove, it started to hail, and the rain's coming back a little bit now, but it was doing that the whole time, and still we have boilage. So it definitely works even in the rain.
Some of the pros of the stove are that it is very light, weighing in at 1.3 ounces. It is sturdy and well made. Heat protection is excellent. There is a long burn time at about 18 minutes, give or take, and it boils water quickly. As with all stoves, a windshield or heat reflector does greatly improve the efficiency. Some of the cons are that the stove may leak if overfilled. Having only 3 pot supports rather than 4 makes it unstable with larger pots. It takes a bit of practice to find the right amount of alcohol to prime and run the stove, and if you want to boil more than 2 cups of water, you may need a windshield or heat reflector. Overall, the stove functions very well, is affordable, and we would recommend it to anyone looking to try out alcohol stoves, or those that want an alcohol stove that is sturdier than the homemade pop can stove. Remember to always close your fuel bottle and place it far away from your stove before lighting. Thanks for watching! Make sure to visit our site for more articles and videos.